You know that music video, Gladiator?
No.
It's not Gladiator, but
No,
it's like
no.
they're in like a gladiator ring, and that's what that
Yeah,
reminded me of.
Centuries.
Centuries,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
They're in like a
It's
gladiator
kind of
ring.
like David and Goliath type
Yeah. And like
version.
he
Yeah.
hit him at the top of his head.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looked like. What's good, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I am Ishan here with Ilyas, and we are the brothers in the box. First, before we start the episode, I just wanted to give you guys a big shout out. On the TikTok recently, I believe we hit a little bit of a milestone.
Yeah.
We, at least a milestone for me was we reached 10,000 views on one TikTok that we posted, and then
And 1,000 likes.
1,000 likes,
Yeah.
and I was like almost 100 comments.
No, 50.
50. Okay, well, we take those. It's still going up right now.
Yeah.
Maybe we can reach 20K. We'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, just a big thank you. No, it was a nice thing to see.
Yeah, we're trying to produce some good quality content for you guys. And it's nice to see that the hard work pays off a little
Yeah,
bit.
and who would have thought the third line
The third line video.
would go crazy.
Yeah, no, but it goes to show you how important that third line is.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. But yeah, speaking of the third line,
I think before we go into that, Ishan, you're on spring break now.
I am on spring break now.
And how are you gonna waste these next 2 weeks?
I don't think it's gonna be a waste.
Okay.
At least
Okay.
that's the goal.
That's a good
So
mindset
far,
to have.
today has been a waste, but we can turn this day around still.
You can.
I think the main thing, especially in the first week, is going out with friends, trying to do a little bit of studying at least. But I think my goal, and obviously we'll revisit this goal in the next 2 weeks. But I have an economics project that I have to get done,
Okay.
and I'm trying to get that done. And that's it. How about you? What's your goal for the next 2 weeks that we can review?
For the next 2 weeks, I think my goal is to apply to 10 different jobs.
Okay.
Some for September, some for the summer, and then I don't know, start studying for finals because
When are your finals?
my final schedule came out, and finals for university start on the 13th of April.
Oh, wow, it's not too far away.
Not too,
It's like in a month.
it's a month.
Yeah.
And my finals are 8:30 a.m. on Monday, April 13th. My second final is 4:30 to 7:30
Okay.
on Monday, April 13th. And my third and final
Mm-hmm.
for this semester is Tuesday, April 14th at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. So
That is some great times.
it's wonderful. And I can't even I was looking at something on the university website about how you can get like relief if you have like back to back exams.
Yeah.
But it's only if you have 3 exams within a 24-hour period that you can get relief.
Oh, and they just pushed you out of that window.
Yeah.
That's so unfortunate.
So if it was I didn't have I had that Monday morning exam on Tuesday morning, then I
Yeah.
could get the relief.
Okay.
But I don't. It's on Monday morning. Here we are.
Yeah,
Here we are.
that's not the most amazing thing, but
No,
at least you'll
but-
get it done.
Exactly. Get it done. We're 5 weeks away from the NHL playoffs.
Yeah. Also, I know we've talked about this earlier in other episodes, but we are currently in a fantasy.
Yes.
And fantasy is going to be starting next week.
Playoffs
For fantasy.
I kind of want to check this. I haven't.
Yeah,
I mean,
I believe me and Ilyas are both in playoff positions.
I think we have both secured playoffs.
I think we both clinched. I've clinched playoffs in both my leagues, which is nice. But yeah, we'll let you guys know how that goes. At least
We're both at 12 and 8
next
records.
week. 12 and 8. So I'm sure there's a lot of people with 12 and 8 records.
There are currently 4 people in the league with 12 and 8 records. There's
Okay.
one guy with a 3 and 16 record.
3
16 and 1.
You
Is a win percentage of 175.
Wow.
Shams, if you're listening to the podcast, that's you.
Yeah, that's not great. But yeah, I think we've both secured playoffs. And do you want to see what the bracket looks like? Are we playing each other? That would be unfortunate.
Currently, we are not playing each other.
Are we on opposite sides of the bracket, or
We are on opposite sides of the bracket.
okay? Well, if you guys didn't know, last year, me and Ilias were on opposite sides of the bracket
And
last
we
year as
met
well,
in the
and
finals.
met in the finals, and, the better team, the better manager,
I think,
the better
I think it was just an unfortunate situation where, my team got hurt at the wrong time.
got hurt,
We couldn't
wow.
recover from that situation. I think Mac went down with an injury and missed a couple games down the stretch there, and he was a power horse of the team last year, and sometimes that stuff happens, and other guys weren't able to step up when they needed to, and it resulted in kind of a fluky victory for Isha, and
I don't know about fluky
I would say
victory,
that there's an asterisk.
I think my drafting was better, my management was better, I mean,
I don't know,
if you're looking.
it was pretty toe-to-toe all year.
Yeah, but looking at my, I think I had, like, a 7-week win streak or something like that.
So did I.
Yeah, but, like, looking at my team, though, I remember last year I drafted, 3 notable guys. 4 notable people, but 1 didn't work out, and it was McDavid. I drafted him 1st overall, he wasn't very good.
Yeah, I took MacKinnon 2nd overall.
But then I also took Hellebuck, Quinn Hughes, and Zach Werenski, who
Yeah,
all 3 had amazing
that's fair,
seasons.
that's fair.
So, yeah, I mean, we'll see how it plays out this year, but I'm very excited.
Yeah, I don't know, with fantasy, every year that I play, my goalies are never it.
Yeah, I think last year I had good goalies. This year, I kinda didn't have, like, the most amazing goalies. I mean,
My
I kinda, like, just hopped on goalies that were popping off. Like, I have Brandon Bussey and, Jesper Wallstedt, so 2 good goaltenders.
I don't know, I feel like goalies haven't been as good in fantasy this year as they were last year.
Yeah,
Even, like, goaltending in general has been down, I think, this year, like, scoring has been up.
yeah, I mean, I feel like that's fair.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well,
No, but
speaking of bad
speaking
goaltending,
of bad, it wasn't really bad goaltending.
bad goaltender.
Goaltender.
Over the last week, Tristan Jarry has been horrible for the Oilers. Ingram hasn't been pretty good. I don't hate his
I
play.
mean, Jari came in that Colorado game and gave them the win.
Yeah,
0 goals allowed.
and then he went to
He went into
into
Dallas
Dallas
and
and,
proceeded to give up 7. No, let's talk about this Nathan MacKinnon hit on Brandon or on Connor Ingram.
Connor
I wish we had Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, I think when I first looked at it, obviously there was some, like, rage attached to it. It was the middle of the game. But I can see the league's perspective on how Nurse kind of drove him into, the hit. I disagree with a lot of people saying that it was all Nurse's fault. I
Yeah,
think McKinnon, regardless whether or not Nurse, tried to, like, play the puck or whatever, interfered with, like, um, like, McKinnon, and McKinnon would have stopped. I don't think that's true. I think McKinnon was going at, like, 30 kilometers an hour. I don't think he would have stopped in time. But, Nurse did his job. He saved a goal that was
yeah.
mostly gonna be scored. And I think no, like, suspension and rescinding the major. I think it's a valid take from
It's
the league.
warranted, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, it looks scary though for Ingram
Yeah.
to have a guy come in at that much speed and a guy of McKinnon's size and got a pretty good lick at the top of his head for the trouble that he went through.
Yeah, I don't know, do you know that music video, Gladiator?
No, 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 I know what the song you're talking about.
It's not Gladiator, but
No,
it's
no,
like
no.
they're in, like, a gladiator ring, and that's what that
Yeah,
reminded me of.
Centuries.
Centuries,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
by Fall Out Boy, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're in, like, a
It's
gladiator
kinda like
ring.
David and Goliath
Yeah, yeah, and then, like,
situation,
he
yeah.
hit him at the top of his head. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I for sure see what you're saying.
yeah, but, you know, a little bit of a scare. I think they said he had a
They glued
concussion?
it. No, I don't think he had a concussion, but they glued it.
Okay.
Yeah,
They glued his head.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, that's new
Yeah,
experiences.
Gene started the Dallas game saying, "Yeah, Connor Ingram, he's been the glue guy, and now he's actually the glue guy because they glued his head together." I'm like, "Bro." He's like, "Gene."
Gene is the most horrible jokes.
This guy,
But he's a funny dude.
he is a funny guy. But that St. Louis game was really disappointing. Like, obviously, the Dallas game was
You should never be allowing Matt Duchene to walk through our entire team and put on a highlight reel goal that I'm seeing and being sent to multiple times. But yeah, the St. Louis game, they played 2 really good defensive periods. The first and second period, I
the
think.
second period. I really liked their second
Yeah,
period.
they're
They gave up like 3, 4 shots, and it wasn't until towards the end of the period, and it was just, like, a fluky, like, chance that became a flurry of shots, and it was
Yeah.
kinda just one flurry. And
Yeah.
then in the 3rd, it's like they stopped trying.
Yeah, I don't know, like, the power play obviously wasn't as good throughout this game. They didn't really I don't think they scored on it once. I mean, top line did not look good.
Yeah.
They let in 2 breakaways in the 3rd period on the power play, and it's just like, you look at that game and go, "What is wrong with the Oilers?" And it's the fact that we're not putting the pedal to the metal. Idea in everyone's head is, no matter what, we're still gonna make the playoffs, we're gonna get our chance, but you need to show other teams how scary you are, and we talked about this last episode, but there's a reason that, home ice advantage matters so much, and the Oilers thrive off that, and if we continue doing this, losing games to teams that we should be beating, like St. Louis, then it's just not gonna be enough.
Yeah, it's just, it's disappointing to see. A lot of people online have said that, like, 3-on-3 isn't real hockey, but if you look at, like, how much Draisaitl and McDavid have dominated 3-on-3 in the past, a little disappointing to see how much of a fall off has taken place,
Yeah, like
in this year compared to probably the last 5 years where they absolutely dominated 3-on-3.
yeah, I don't think their chemistry is fading or anything like that.
No.
I don't know. I think honestly, like, it's because 'cause they're tired, I think,
Yeah.
like, McDavid and Drysdale both went to the Olympics this year. This is why I wanted the Oilers to be in a position where they could've made the playoffs, like, regardless. Like, they could be in a high position,
They
make the
can
playoffs.
rest them a couple
They can
games.
they can they can rest them for the playoffs, you need those top guys to be ready, be well rested, and, they've gone to 2 back-to-back finals,
Yeah.
gone to, like, very high games as well, and, you need to be in good positions and not tired positions, like, it it definitely takes a toll on you,
Oh,
like,
100%.
looking at, like, Florida, for example, they've been to 3, like, they've gone to back-to-back-to-back finals.
And they don't look like the same team.
No, they don't. Obviously, they're missing their captain,
Yeah.
but they don't. They're a
Even
tired
their
group.
depth guys don't look like the
Yeah,
same people, who played last year. Maybe we see a little bit more fire under these players as when they get to playoffs, but you have to get to playoffs in order
yeah,
to to feel that. And I don't even know. I'm not confident that this other team can get to the playoffs.
I agree.
You have now you're in 3rd place and you have the Sharks breathing down your neck. You have the Golden Knights and the Ducks ahead of you, and you're dropping easy games to teams like St. Louis, which are supposed to make your schedule easier, and they're supposed to be winnable games, but like we've been saying the whole year, the NHL right now, you can't take teams for granted, and you can't
Yeah,
take games for granted, and any team in the league has the possibility of beating any team in the league. Like,
it's true. And like Anaheim and Vegas also don't they don't have the hardest schedules left either. Like
no,
their schedules aren't with super competitive teams. Like obviously they're gonna drop some games. Anaheim dropped a game this morning. And it didn't look like it was a good loss, but you can't count on that to try and move up in the
yeah, we
standings.
can't be preying on other teams' losses in
Yeah,
order
we just
to.
have to play better than
Yeah,
them. That's how it works. I believe we play Vegas twice before the end of the year. I'm
those 2 are
expecting
crucial games.
2 big wins out of those games.
Like, I don't think we can even get to 100 points.
I don't think it's possible anymore.
Yeah, which is kinda crazy to say, but,
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Some injuries before we end this, Oilers rant.
The weekly Oilers rant, it seems like.
Janmark is injured right now. He is out for the rest of the season.
I think
I
so.
think so. Yeah. Um, Colton Dach also got injured in the Dallas game? Or was it the St. Louis game?
No, it was the
Oh, no, it was the Avs
Colorado
game.
game,
Yeah, the
yes.
Colorado game.
But I think Colton Dach will be out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, so another, first round pick down in the drain. Ryan Nugent Hopkins was out. I don't know
He
why.
was out for a personal matter,
Okay.
so I think he should be back next game, which is,
Hopefully,
tomorrow.
yeah, hopefully everything is okay. Hopefully
Yeah,
it's a birth of a child or something.
yeah. I
Um,
don't think his wife was pregnant.
Who knows? Maybe he sat it out for a sibling's wedding or something like that.
Maybe, yeah, it's definitely a
Uh,
possibility. We play the Predators at home tomorrow, so
Draisaitl hat trick incoming?
maybe 5.9. Draisaitl 5.9 because he
Uh,
owns Nashville.
and then Emberson is currently injured.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with
I
him.
think it's undisclosed. I don't think
Yeah, as
we know
much as I
exactly.
love Max Jones and I love that he got an opportunity to play last night, we cannot be in a position where we're starting Max Jones in the playoffs.
I honestly like if we brought Isaac Howard, Connor Clattenburg up rather than Max Jones. I feel so bad for Isaac Howard. He's been sent up, sent down, sent up, sent down. And every time he gets sent down, he proves himself how much he deserves to be in the NHL. And they just need to keep him in the NHL
They
so he
do.
can continue to prove himself.
Yeah, make the cap work so my boy can stay there because he
I
deserves
mean,
to be here.
he's not even have a big, like a, no, it's not even a hefty
I think it's
contract.
like a you can have a certain amount of two-way contracts in the
I
NHL.
see.
It's something along those lines where it's
Mm.
like that's kind of where we're at. But then you also have Szymanski who's on a two-way.
Yeah.
Kind of makes things a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, but another big thing that happened as of recent, there was a collision between, well, actually, not even a collision. Radko Gudas forced his knee into
It was
Auston Matthews'
malicious
knee.
intent.
Yeah, and that resulted in an MCL tear for Auston Matthews, and he's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah. You know, I was watching the game actually, and I saw it, and I was just it was disgusting. It was a disgusting injury. Like Austin Matthews was sitting, he got the puck or something, and he was right in front of the Anaheim net waiting to take a shot, and he toe dragged and kinda opened up his left leg,
Yeah,
and Gudas just skated through him,
yeah.
and
He didn't even like put his shoulder down or anything. He just like he knew he was
he
gonna go.
knew,
It
yeah.
looked like he like intended for it.
Intended
Like
to skate through his knee, yeah, and I just, like I think that, you know, Gudas got 5 games, but I don't think 5 games is enough.
I think there should be I think there should be a lot more than 5 games
I
and
think
also a fine.
I think it should be 10 minimum and a fine.
Yeah.
Like, I think by saying that it's only 5 games, I think you as the NHL and the NHL Player Safety Association
Mm.
are saying, "We don't value our star guys." You know Gudas, he's a great shot blocker, and he's a good shutdown defender. Not the greatest of guys,
He's
maybe.
not the nicest for
Yeah.
sure.
Um, and, after seeing what happened with Sidney Crosby in the Olympics, really kinda plays in your head like, "Oh, is he, like, doing this stuff on purpose?"
Yeah, I mean, Toronto's not a big contender right now, but like if he sees an opening, then why is he not gonna take it? And
Yeah.
if he's only getting 5 games, like, but
I'm guessing it's not on purpose,
yeah,
like, he is an NHL captain, but I think like, things and events like that, if they happen frequently, they need to be called into question, and I think a captaincy could be also called into question, Like, I think if you're suspended multiple times in the same season, I don't think you should be a captain. I think if you're
um,
taking a run like Jacob Trouba with your elbow and you're Superman diving into the
oh, maybe that's why the team works so well.
Yeah.
They're both there. Uh, but yeah, Austin Matthews' agent put out a statement with basically what you just said. Like, it's like this, the organization has shown that they don't value these players, and like that someone should do something about this, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's I think the
Like, what
craziest
if his ACL tore and he's never gonna play hockey again? Like, what if? Because
there's still a possibility
yeah,
for that
and
to
and
happen.
what if the surgery that he goes through isn't successful and for some reason it gets botched or they find something else wrong and now his career's over? Those
Rad
are very real
Yeah,
possibilities, and this guy only got 5 games.
yeah. And you can't go after and then suspend him for more games
Yeah,
because that's not how it works.
that's
You
not
came to a decision when it was only 5 games.
when I found out in the morning, I think this happened Thursday evening, and so on Friday morning when I woke up and I saw Elliot Friedman's tweet saying that it was only gonna be a video conference call, so not an in-person hearing, a video hearing, it means that it's only gonna be a maximum of 5 games, and I was really surprised by that. Y The fact that he didn't even have to travel anywhere to go talk to people, he just sat in the comfort of his own home in Anaheim, or maybe if he was on the road, I don't know where Anaheim was on Friday night, but That's kinda baffling to me.
Y No, it's not. It's definitely not something that I expected out of the league. I expected to be better.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think the craziest part for me was the fact that no one did anything about it.
Yeah, everybody just let it go kinda
Yeah, I
thing,
think
yeah.
there's been a lot of talk on, like, social media and stuff about how the Leafs players just watched it, like, they watched it
They
happen,
watched their captain go down
and
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 nobody
no one did anything. They
n
just
there's no slashes, no cross checks, like, nobody went in.
no one ran at Gudas and tried to
Yeah,
fight him.
yeah, it was I think that says a lot about the team and the culture that they have in Toronto. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I think if I was Auston Matthews and I had the C on, like, on my chest and no one did anything for me there, I want out of Toronto.
Even, like, guys like Troy Stecher, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like it just shows that there's not the
Yeah.
buy-in from the group is not there.
And the chemistry, if any of your teammates ever go down like that, like, those are your brothers that you go down with, they've gone to it's not like the core is completely left, like, obviously Marner left.
But you still got that Auston Matthews, Nylander, Tavares
Y
core.
Yeah, you have, a lot of good players that should be stepping up for you, and
Yeah.
just it goes to show, obviously the Leafs team is crumbling and, I wouldn't be surprised in the offseason if you see a lot of players get moved and they start,
I wouldn't
calling
be
it.
surprised if you see a GM and coaching change as well,
Yeah.
because I don't think Berube has the room anymore. I don't think the team that the GM has built there, Brad Treliving,
I think it was good enough
is
2 years ago, but it just hasn't worked out.
it just is not gonna work anymore,
Yeah,
and so I think that the Leafs need a change.
yeah,
They need to move on to somebody else. Maybe somebody like Chris Pronger will come in and take that job and try and turn around that franchise, but,
maybe.
we'll see what happens with, the Leafs.
But yeah, moving on to other sports, something we talked about last week, the World Baseball Classic. It's been actually very fun to watch. I
It
watched a
has
couple
been, yeah.
games.
The Dominican team is,
It's looking
oh, they're so
scary.
much fun to watch. They're so
Yeah.
much fun. They just hit dingers and they hit emotes.
It's actually so funny. All the clips that you see, especially and you can just see, the brotherly this is what Toronto's missing, the
Yeah,
brotherly
exactly.
bond that they have.
They really just wanna win for their country,
Yeah,
like, and
and they're having fun while
they're
doing
having
it.
fun, so much fun.
But yeah, I'm excited to watch the DR versus the US game.
Yeah, which will be
I
happening on Sunday.
I think that'll be very interesting, to see what happens. Yeah, the DR just cruised past, Korea?
Korea, yeah, 10-0. Uh, I'm not sure if you know this, but there is a mercy rule in the World Baseball Classic where if you go up 10 runs, and I believe if you're past the 7th inning, you're in the 7th inning, then the game is over.
Yeah, and they did that,
Yep.
which is insane,
Canada unfortunately lost to the
but
US.
not without a big fight. I think, they tried to come back. I think
Yeah,
it was,
they did.
what, 5-0 or 5-1?
It was 5-0,
Okay, 5-0.
and then they scored, 3 runs.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
they tried to piece something together and,
yeah.
they came up short.
But I don't think that this US team, Paul Skeens is gonna be pitching
Mhm.
on Sunday, but I don't think that this US team is,
It's as scary as we thought.
um I would really like to see the Dominican go through.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to see,
Dominican Republic.
little bit of a switch up.
Currently,
Um,
Italy is beating Puerto Rico as well.
what is the inning?
8-2 at the top of the 7th.
8-2?
8-2
Oh,
in the top
I
of the
did
7th.
not expect that.
Yeah.
I thought Puerto Rico was just gonna
So, an interesting
go through.
different, a difference that from what I was expecting, to be
Yeah.
honest.
So, do you think what is your currently, without, looking at, the past wins, obviously the win for over the DR and US's win over Canada, what was your bracket originally?
Okay, so my bracket was Dominican winning, US winning,
Yeah.
Puerto Rico winning,
Yeah.
which is not gonna come true, but and
Mhm.
then Japan,
Mhm.
and it's for the quarters, and then for the semis, I'm going Dominican, Japan, and then to win, I'm going Japan.
Okay.
But I would love to be proven wrong and have the Dominican Republic win.
Yeah. For me, before, obviously, I knew how lethal the DR
Yeah,
was. I mean, they showed it, in the round robin, but For me, it was same quarterfinals.
Mhm.
But I had the US winning and Japan winning, and then I think the US takes it.
Yeah.
But honestly, as much as I want to hold true to my take, honestly, I could see the DR upsetting them so easily.
Oh,
And
100%.
if I think the DR does, I think whoever comes out of that DR or the US series wins it. I don't think Japan stands a chance against either of those
Really?
teams. I think Shohei and a bunch of those guys are really, really good. And, obviously they're gonna wanna win, they're gonna put up a fight, but I think whoever comes out of that matchup is winning.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Guess we'll see. I think the finals on Tuesday.
Maybe,
I
I
want
don't
to
know.
say.
I think that sounds about right.
Is
I like how it's, like, really close together.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, baseball, like they play like 3 games in a row. Yeah. Um, no, but there's also some big NFL trades. We released a reel about the Maxx Crosby trade, and we talked about it last week. But unfortunately, that did not go through. When he reported to Baltimore for his physical, he actually failed his physical. Shortly after failing his physical, the Bengals signed edge rusher Trey Hendrickson.
N The Ravens signed him?
The Ravens signed him,
Yeah.
yeah, but he used to play for the Bengals.
Oh,
That's what I
okay.
meant to say.
Oh,
Yeah. Some people, I don't know if you know who Adam Schefter is.
I
He's
think
like
so,
he's like
yeah.
Elliot
Yeah,
Friedman
he's
for
a
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
for the
Yeah, yeah,
NFL. So he was saying that the Raiders were trying to pair them together.
oh, both the edge rushers
Yeah.
together.
But that didn't really make sense for like the cap.
Yeah.
And there was some also like like people were saying that there was some collusion, like oh the Ravens didn't actually the Ravens didn't actually want Maxx Crosby. They were just trying to scare everybody, and then they were gonna fail him on purpose. Like they were never gonna go through with the trade. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of
I don't think it's that
I
deep.
don't think it's that deep, but it might be.
It could be. I mean, it reminds me of the Mark Williams trade. I think his name is Mark Williams. Charlotte has him, I believe, and he
Oh,
was
and
traded to the
the
Lakers.
Lakers, yes, the big center, right?
And maybe it's not Mark Williams. I don't know. I might be butchering.
I know who you're talking about though,
Yeah.
and he failed his physical and he got sent back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. It was it in the same year that Luka was traded?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah,
believe so.
yeah, yeah. No, I just I don't know. I feel bad for Maxx
Oh, it
Crosby.
was Mark
It
Williams.
was Mark
Okay. Yeah,
Williams.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I feel bad for Maxx Crosby because I know he wanted to play in Baltimore and he was kind of done with playing in Vegas, but
Yeah.
Vegas is kind of set themselves up to make a little bit of noise. They got rid of Geno, who's now playing for the New York Jets,
Yep.
and I don't know. Like I think if I look at kind of the rebuilding teams in the NFL, so like the Panthers, the Jags, the Raiders, the Giants. I really like the Giants to win a lot of games this year or next year.
Yeah, well, Scat is gonna be back.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Or
Hopefully,
is gonna be better than ever.
hopefully Dart will learn to slide instead of
Instead of
yeah,
trucking.
and trying to take a hit from 300-pound linebackers
Trying to get those extra
and
yards.
then get concussed every other week.
But yeah, I think, their pairing looks really deadly.
Does, yeah.
Um,
And
and,
they brought in a new wide receiver, I think. I'm pretty sure. But I know AJ Brown is exploring options with going to the Rams.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd
And
be
then
fire.
and then
That'd be so lethal.
Kyler Murray actually is not in Arizona anymore. He got traded to Minnesota.
Is Malik Neighbors gonna be back?
I think he'll miss the first few weeks. I completely forgot they even have Malik Neighbors.
He's gonna be nasty
He
for
is gonna be
them.
nasty, yeah. Mm. I think he'll miss the first few weeks, but I think he should be back mid-season for sure. So they have another piece to throw to.
I think they haven't gotten a wide receiver yet. They signed a deal with Calvin Austin,
Okay.
but they haven't. There's been rumors about them getting a wide receiver, but they haven't
They haven't
secured
signed
anyone
anything yet.
yet.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a target of possible Brian Thomas Jr.,
Okay.
but you never know.
I would like to see Brian Thomas Jr. kind of do a little bit better.
Yeah, I think he's a good player,
Yeah.
but I think he'd do well on that.
Yeah, I think he didn't pop off as much as people thought he would
Yeah.
this year. So,
Mm-hmm.
we'll see what happens with his career. Let's go on player of the week. to player of the week.
Alright.
And then we got a special segment for you guys, that you guys might not be expecting or even like, but, this week, our player of the week, you wanna say our honorable mention, and this could be actually, I wanna change it from honorable mention and player of the week to joint co-players of the week.
Co-players of the week this
Yeah.
week. I think they both deserve it. I mean, I think it was crazy that you wanted to put this player at honorable mention, but the first co-player of the week, I guess, is Nikita Kucherov. He had 2 goals, 8 assists
Yeah,
in 4 games. That's insane.
it is insane.
Yeah, but he's caught up to MacKinnon now, if not past MacKinnon,
Yeah,
in points. So, never count him out when it was just McDavid MacKinnon who's gonna win. No, Kucherov is here.
yeah. He really wanted to put himself back into that conversation. The reason I was saying that he should be honorable mention, he's a co-player of the week, is the guy we have at player of the week is he's gone through a lot. He's had
Yes,
some hardships, he's had a lot of people talking bad about him. He's had to go through some, questions around whether he is that guy, and I still don't think he is, but our player of the week is Alexis Lafrenière.
I did not think he'd be on here the entire season. So, you know,
Yeah, he came in this week with 5 goals, 2 assists, including a hat trick in 4 games played, and the reason why I think I give him player of the week is because he's just popped off.
yeah, the way he's bounced back, with the Panarin trade, I
Yeah.
think, I mean, obviously opening up the ability to play on those top lines and like not having, I feel like the pressure of competing with someone that's as good as Panarin,
Yeah.
has definitely helped him flourish.
Yeah, and I think, maybe New York, if they choose to trade him, his value has gone up
Hmm.
significantly,
Yeah, I think so.
and if they don't choose to trade him, it's like, okay, you're not actually a bust,
I
you
think
know?
I think they continue to develop him a little bit more and then maybe trade him at the deadline of next year.
Yeah, maybe, and maybe he's, like, kinda like a Taylor Hall type player, you know?
Yeah.
Um, Obviously, his career didn't pan out as the way he wanted to.
Yeah, but he still has somewhat of a long career left.
Yeah, he does. He was drafted in 2020, so he still has, I wanna say, a good maybe, like, 10-ish years left in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What is
Um,
he, like, 20,
he oh,
24,
that's
26?
Laferriere. They have very similar
They do
names.
have very similar names. Yeah, Laferriere plays for the Kings still, right? Or no, he plays for the Jets?
No, he plays for the
Oh, he
Kings.
plays for the Kings.
He's 24.
He's
So he
24.
hasn't even hit his prime yet.
Yeah.
So,
Well, he's kinda entering.
yeah, entering.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, I think most forwards hit their prime when they're 26.
Yeah, and maybe, I don't know if this is the case with all guys who are high draft picks, but sometimes they come into the league a little early,
Yeah.
and, you have this pressure of being, a number 1 pick, and you're like, "Oh, I gotta perform," and sometimes that gets to you, and I think if he spent a couple seasons, maybe a season and a half or something like that in the AHL, he could have transitioned better, and maybe his career would have panned out differently, but, I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, I mean, he's played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons. This is 6 seasons in the league.
Yeah.
And, he's hasn't cracked more than 60 points.
Mhm.
He I thought, I mean, he had good trajectory. He had 21 points, then 31 points, then 39, then 57. And, you thought it would go up from there. But then the season after he went down with 45 and wasn't the same goal scorer as he was, scoring like 11 less goals. And there's still a lot of time left in the season, so he still has the ability to try and reach 55 points maybe. Maybe
Maybe.
that's a little bit ambitious.
May
Yeah, I mean, he's at 44 right now. So he has roughly 20-ish games. No, less than that. He has like 15 games left.
I mean, if he keeps playing at the pace he is right now, I could see him breaking 60.
Yeah, but we'll see what New York does. Obviously he's going to be a key threat for that team and probably playing on the first line.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what he does.
Yeah, and, our last segment for today is going to be the LIB segment, the Love is Blind segment. Probably a lot of listeners are confused right now.
They thought we were a sports
Yeah.
podcast.
No, but Ishan and I watch Love is Blind with the family very religiously.
It's kind of like it's really nice actually. We watch it.
Yeah.
It's like a family show that we watch every season,
Yeah,
regardless
I
of
think we've watched every season.
yeah, regardless of how much drama there is.
Yeah, or how little drama there is,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But the new season 10, did not disappoint.
No, there was a lot of drama
A lot of drama.
that went down. A lot of people continue to be beefing.
Yeah.
We're not like as religiously as we like can like I don't know, for at least for me, I don't like keep track of the people on social media and
No,
stuff.
no, I don't do that either.
I think that's a little bit much. But when you're in those when you're watching those episodes,
Yeah.
the producers and the editors do a very good job of making sure that the beef and all like the hate they have for each other is shown.
Yes, absolutely. It's a little bit difficult to get through those first few episodes where they're just like dating in the pods. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with Love is Blind, it's basically a show where it's on Netflix and they go to a city and they pick a bunch of singles, men and women, and they, for a week straight, I think, they go into these pods where you can't see the other person.
Yeah, so
And
you like do a bunch of like kind of like dates and you try and get to know people.
yeah, and then if you feel like you're comfortable with proposing to somebody, then you do that and you move on to the next stage of the process. And of the couples who do propose, 6 couples are chosen. This year it was 7. And they're given an opportunity to see each other and then go on a retreat
Yeah,
to somewhere warm. So it's been Punta Cana, it's been
Cabo.
Cabo, it's been Puerto Vallarta, and then they spend, I think it's like 5 or 6 days there,
Yeah,
and then they transition to
I think it's
uh
a townhouse,
an
like apartment
apartment
maybe.
townhouse type thing in their own city,
Yeah,
and they live together for 2 weeks until the wedding.
yeah. So it's like a lot happens. Like you meet them, you get engaged, you go on like pre-wedding honeymoon.
Pre-honeymoon? Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know what to call it.
and then like a little trip together, and then you get back, see what like, getting back to like the real world is like. Obviously, you have like they say like the societal pressures of like having a job and everything. But yeah, a lot of couples did not cut it this year.
No. Yeah.
There was 2 couples that made it through.
There's 2 couples that said "I do" at the altar, and then,
Mhm.
only 1 couple was actually married by the time.
Yeah, I forgot,
Mm,
Bree and Connor, I forgot they weren't
yep,
married. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I did see something where it's like 10% of all Love is Blind couples get to the altar. So you're already fighting odds there,
Mhm.
and then only 2.9% of couples get
Say,
married. No, no, stay married.
oh, stay married.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, like, the most horrible odds either, like,
No,
you
it's
have a
not.
chance of getting married,
Yeah.
um, but also it's not
I
great.
really think they need to remove the fact that the last couple seasons, a couple single parents have come on the show, and I think that's just wrong.
Yeah,
I think
obviously,
it's,
they wanna find love as well, like,
yeah,
it's
they
not
deserve
like
to find love, but
yeah.
at the end of the day, what damage is that doing to your child, you know?
Yeah, and also what pressure are you putting on the other person to try and, like, conform to the ways of, like, becoming a stepmother, stepfather, like
Yeah, but, I mean, you're probably talking
no,
about
yeah,
that.
like, you knew it going in, but, like, I feel like it's different once you finally, like, meet them,
Yeah,
like
imagine they're, like, talking and then you're like, "Oh, like, I'm actually falling for this person," and then they just like, "Yeah, I have a kid, by the way."
and it's like, are you ready to become a father or mother to, like,
Mhm.
that kid? Like, it's I think it's, like I agree with you, I think, maybe keep it to people without children, but,
Mhm.
obviously, you don't wanna, like, discriminate with people.
Yeah, but I think it's to protect the children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, the reunion this year was interesting.
It was feisty.
It was,
A little bit
it
disappointing.
was a little disappointing. It was a little long, to be
Yeah.
honest, but, I think Love is Blind should sponsor the podcast. Maybe we'll do, like, a hockey gimmick. Like, call last season, they had, like, a Chris Paul came on the reunion, like, for there's no apparent reason, you know?
It was funny because I don't think he had a contract at that point in the NBA.
Mm,
The
and
reunion came
yeah,
out.
when they came out, yeah. So,
He was trying to find as much publicity to get him back into the NBA.
It said LA Clippers guard Chris Paul, and meanwhile, little do they know that it was terminated.
But he does not play for the Clippers. Doesn't play for the Raptors.
No, he doesn't. No, but with that, I think enjoy World Baseball Classic baseball.
Yeah, if you're, heading into spring break and you're a student like me, enjoy these 2 weeks, It's going to go by as quickly as you can possibly think.
Yeah.
But yeah, also enjoy the sun, especially, where we are.
Yeah, the winter is starting to fade.
Yeah. Is it though? Because before it was sunny, then it snowed, then it rained, and now it's sunny again. So I don't know if it's going to snow in 2 days.
I think so. We're 7 days out from springtime officially.
Yeah, I mean, the cherry blossoms are coming in.
Yeah, they are. And we'll see you next week.